Hello folks, today we are going to start a video on SWOT analysis. The full form of SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunity and threat analysis. It is basically a tool to understand a company's current position and guide the company in strategic decision making. It is a very basic tool for a company to understand its current position in terms of strength and weakness, particularly internal position in terms of strength and weakness, and how it can capitalize its strength and minimize its weaknesses to capitalize on the opportunities available to the company and the threats posed by the market to the company. So basically a very basic kind of tool, but a very interesting tool and is very helpful in carrying out an analysis of a case study like situation or a scenario based situation for students. Okay, now let us try to assume, or let us try to understand what is a strength. Okay, strength for a company is actually an internal capability, or it can be a resource or a positive attribute of a company that helps to increase its competitiveness and supports its strategic goals. That means a internal capability or a resource. So we have to first understand what can be a strength. Like for example, we can say the brand power of a company, or the brand equity or the brand value of a company can be a strength, can be taken as a strength. Similarly, we can say the distribution network of a company like Hindustan Unilever or Procter and Gamble can be a strength of the company. So we have to see some of the examples of the strength are like the strong brand reputation, like as I told you, like in the case of Procter and Gamble has a very strong brand reputation in FMCG. Hindustan Unilever or Unilever is having a very strong brand reputation in FMCG. Similarly, if you talk of automobiles in India, particularly Tata Motors, Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai, they have a very strong brand reputation. So strong brand reputation can be one of the strengths. Similarly, strong financial position. That means a company which is which is a cash-rich company, like you can say Birlas, Tatas, Ambanis. Okay, these are some of the business houses which are considered to be cash-rich companies, and being and having a strong financial position is considered to be one of the strength, and they can venture into different type of new ventures. So another important strength can be advanced technology or R&D. Like for example, companies like Tesla, BYD, or you can say in Indian companies like Tata, they have a R&D network. They have an R&D network, and they are investing high on technology. So advanced technology can be the strength of such companies. Large distribution network, as just I told you, that a company like Hindustan Unilever, they have penetrated deeply into the rural India. So their distribution network can be one of the strength. Lower production cost. If a company has a lower production cost due to economies of scale, or due to efficiencies in its or having a special skill set, can be a strength. Diverse product portfolio. If you have a different product portfolio, such that you are not vulnerable to marketing pressure or technological disruption, can be a strength. You have a very good supply chain or a strong supply chain that you are reaching to the consumer fast, can be a strength. So we have to understand what is the meaning of strength, and what are the examples of strength, so that we can analyze it later on, right? Similarly, what the competitor, basically if we want to summarize what is strength, what the company is good at and what it makes better than the competitor. Basically, strength is what company is good at, and the second thing is that how it makes it better than the competitor, right? So in the same way, another important aspect of SWOT analysis is weakness. So a weakness is similarly is internal to the company. It's an internal factor that reduces a company's performance, okay, or efficiency or competitiveness or customer satisfaction. Like it is just the opposite to the strength of a company, and both strength and weaknesses are internal to the company. Now if we talk of opportunities, the third level is opportunity. These are something which are external to the company and are considered to be the positive factors or trends that a company can use to grow or improve its performance or gain competitive advantage. These are not created by the company but come from the environment, like a new policies of the government, because of the new trend in the market, because of coming of a new technology, because of some customer preferences in the society or something like that. Like the examples of opportunity to understand is, like for example, there is an increasing demand for electric vehicles in India, which is an opportunity for companies like Tata Motors and Mahindras. There is government policy like a FAME 1 and FAME 2 which is supporting this electric vehicles, so this can be an opportunity. Some Make in India initiatives, GST benefits, these are some of the policies which can which can act as an opportunity for the company. Like you can in terms of technology, we can say that opportunities like AI and automation. So companies which are focusing on AI and automation take the advantage of it, like companies like IT enabled services, or IT services or IT enabled services, and companies like Infosys and TCS can take the advantage of it. So sometimes some new trend, rising trend, and some social changes like growing health consciousness in the market can be one of such trend. And such trend and companies like ITC can launch healthy snacks for this, so this can be taken as an opportunity. Then the next level is called as threat. So threat are external to the company, and these are the negative factors or challenges that may reduce a company's performance, sales, or competitiveness, just opposite to opportunities, and they are external to the companies. So these are the negative factors, opportunities are the positive factors, and they provide challenges and they reduces the company's performance, sales, or competitiveness. So example of threats can be a changing consumer preference. That means a new consumer preferences is coming which is just negative to what you are offering right now. Rising raw material cost, and there is a competitive pressure that you cannot increase the selling price of your models or product. New regulations or taxation, okay, which is against your strategy. Technological disruption, because you have recently changed to a new technology and the technology has become obsolete. These are some of the threats which can come to a company, right? Now if we'll just consider this SWOT analysis in terms of a company like Tata Motors, so let us understand what could be the strength of Tata Motors. So for example, strong Tata brand reputation, because it's a household brand, everybody knows the company, it's a 100-year-old company, and it has a wide diverse product portfolio, like it is into commercial vehicles, it is into passenger vehicles, cars, SUVs, electric vehicle leader, and particularly it is a leader in an EV segment car, and brands like Nexon EV, Tiago EV is dominating the market, and they have an extensive distribution and service network which is one of their strength. Their R&D into electric vehicle is very strong. Their innovations, they are always working on innovation in batteries. Okay, the one of the brand they have bought in long back, which is paying off now hugely, is JLR, which gives them which gives them a global exposure. So these are some of the strength of Tata Motors. Similarly, when I come to the weakness of Tata Motors, one of the weakness is high production and operational cost, because it is a company which works on a public sector mode. So that is why the production cost is very high, and operational costs are also very high, where company needs to work on it. Okay, now low global passenger car market share. If you see the market share in India, also their market share is very low. Okay, the first company is Maruti, then Hyundai. So they come in the after Mahindra only they come. Then past they have recalled a number of vehicles, so there are quality issues. Although they have worked well on their quality, they have increased their NCAP ratings. Dependence on India, too much of dependence on Indian market. Their profitability is fluctuating. But if you go back, then 2008 to almost 2018, their balance sheet was red. Okay, and they do not have a good presence in your premium segment, so they have a weak premium segment presence on which they need to work. And if you talk of opportunities of Tata Motors, the most important opportunity is that they have invested in EV vehicles, and government has given a push to EV segment. So growing EV demand in India and globally is one of the opportunity on which they are trying to cash on, and is the first company in India particularly which is cashing it nicely. Government EV incentives are there, so we understand that EV market in India will grow 1% each year, so that is giving them a wide mileage. Their expansion in emerging markets, and there is a consumer preference which is moving towards the rising SUV vehicles demand, and they are hugely into SUV demand, SUV market. Then partnership, they are making MOUs and partnership for batteries and charging infrastructures, sustainability driven market trends. So these are some of the opportunities for Tata Motors, okay, which they can cash on. Now coming to talking, when we talk about the threats, the most important is that in Indian market they have a strong competitors like Hyundai, Maruti, MG, Kia, and particularly MG is doing is a threat in electric vehicles. Raw material price fluctuations, raw material in terms of accessories, in terms of rubber, in terms of all spare parts is increasing, but the company is not able to increase the price. There is an economic slowdown impact all over the world, rapid tax disruption in EVs, new foreign competitors like Tesla, BYD are coming in a big way to India. There is a strict emission regulations with which we need to comply with. These are some of the threats. So coming further, now we are going to combine this strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats and make some strategy. One strategy can be strength. When we are combining strength and opportunity, that means use our strength to exploit opportunity. This is otherwise called as a task matrix. So first try to understand strength, how will you combine strength and opportunity, so which is called as SO, okay. And the other one is called as combining weaknesses with the opportunity. That means how we are going to overcome weaknesses using our opportunities. Third is how do we combine strength with the threat. That means use our strength to reduce the threats. And how do we combine weaknesses with the threat. That means defensive strategies to minimize weakness and avoid threats. Now coming to this type, when we do a strength and opportunity analysis, okay, so how we will use our internal strength to capture the opportunities. So if I'll take the example of Tata Motors, our strength is our research and development in EV. So use strong EV research and development to expand leadership in EV market. Leverage Tata brand to enter emerging global markets. This can be a combination and is an example of how do we combine strength with the opportunity. Similarly, how do we combine weaknesses with opportunities to make strategies. So use opportunities to reduce your weaknesses. So our opportunity our weakness is our production cost, as I have stated it earlier, okay, that they work on a public sector undertaking, more than not a public sector, but they have a culture of working with like a public sector, so their production cost is very high. So in order to reduce the production cost, which is a weakness, they can use automation and economies of scale, improve global presence by forming partnership and distributorship. In this way they can work on their weaknesses and they can cash on the opportunities available to them. Similarly, we can combine strength and threat and make our strategy. That means use strength to minimize external threat. So use distribution network to fight competition from Hyundai and Maruti. Use strong brand trust to withstand new EV variants. Similarly, we can also combine weaknesses and threats and make defensive strategies to reduce weakness and avoid threats. Thank you so much.